loves, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if this is your first time here. My name is Day, and if you like videos like this one, go ahead and subscribe and join the family. And for those of you who have been here, thank you guys so much for coming back to see me once again. So in today's video, we are doing a lock talk. If you have not been here in a while, yes, I'm still very much pregnant. That's why I look like this. That's why I sound like this. I'm due in like a week. I have like 8 days left, so bear with me. But I wanted to come and get this video out to you guys because this video is important to me. I was watching, some videos on YouTube, and I love watching videos of women and just people in general who have started their lock journey. Like, I love it. I love seeing it. I love how nervous they look and how excited they are. And I came across a video on YouTube, maybe you guys have seen it, about a girl who had a bad experience going to a loctician. Like, it happens, right? Now, this was not an experience where the loctician damaged her hair. It was more so the loctician damaged her pride and kind of just didn't make her feel like, she was beautiful in her journey. Like, she was talking about how the girl's parts were off and how she waited so long to retwist and just negative things, you know what I mean? And that's why as well you have to really protect your energy. I know a lot of people talk about hair and how it connects to energy and spirituality. I'm definitely one of those people where I feel like your hair is a part of your spirit, something that you have to protect. That's how I feel when it comes to my locks. So sometimes if I'm not feeling the energy, guys, it will be to the point where I will wrap up my hair. You know what I mean? It's that deep to me. So I felt so bad for this girl because I just wanted to explain to her, and so many other people who are starting their journeys, yes, having someone to help you with your lock journey is nice. Having a loctician or a stylist is nice, but it is not necessary at all. And that's what this video is about. Why you do not need a loctician. Period. You don't need one. And this is not a, bashing locticians session. It's really not. But I just have a couple issues that I feel hinder people from being the best version of themselves in their journey. So first things first, I want to say that I feel the biggest issue is there is a huge difference between a loctician and a lock stylist, and people mix the two all the time. People feel because they style locks, they start locks, they color locks, that automatically makes them a loctician. No, guys, a loctician is someone who genuinely knows about the lock journey, the lock process, and not just how to retwist, but what it takes, the stages of locks, how to keep locks healthy, what you should put in your hair, what you shouldn't, how to grow them, how to repair them. That's what a loctician is, not just somebody who does really nice styles. That would just be a stylist. If you run to somebody who does braids, sew-ins, crochet, and they also do locks on the side, they're probably not really a loctician. They're probably just a stylist, okay? And why that matters is stylists do great in terms of making the hair look nice in the moment, but in terms of longevity and your hair being healthy over time, they really don't know that much about it. So you really have to be careful when you say, oh, I have a loctician, she's great, but she really doesn't know that much about locks. You know what I mean? So let me say that is people's biggest mistake. And then they kind of get into this idea thinking that, you know what I mean, the stylist or whoever is doing their hair does such a good job that they need them, and that, everything they say is gold, everything they say applies to, them in their journey. And guys, I don't agree with that. When it comes to the lock journey, you have to think about it in the sense that people have been wearing locks for years and years and years before it got popular, before it even became popular in America. Because let's be honest, women with locks and the popularity behind it is kind of a new thing, it being socially acceptable. But people have been wearing locks long before then, and they didn't use locticians. You know what I mean? They learned their hair, and they learned the process of what works and what doesn't. And you can do the same thing. Sometimes people take on this idea that if they don't go to a lock stylist or a loctician, then their hair will not lock. And I know that sounds crazy, but people really genuinely think this. If I don't see my loctician every 4 weeks, my hair isn't gonna lock up right. And the way locks work are you leave them alone and they're gonna lock. They may not look, you know, neat. Your parts may not be, you know, in the proper sections like you want, but your hair is gonna lock regardless. That's what locks do. You know what I mean? You don't even need to retwist your hair for it to lock. They will freeform them on their own if you leave them alone, and they will lock on their own. So you don't need anyone. It is more so like a comfort thing. Like, you know, you feel comfortable with somebody. You don't feel like you can do your hair yourself, so you get a loctician. The issue with that is I feel like you become dependent on someone else to do your hair, and the loc journey, I feel like it opens so much for you that independence is kind of one of like the gifts of the loc journey, where you're able to do your own hair, you're able to learn about your own hair, and no one else knows your hair the way that you know your hair. That's where you want to be. Like, you know exactly what oils to put in it, you know how often you need to wash it. No one else really knows it like you do. So that's, you know, I feel like the end goal. Now, I'm not saying at all that you can't go to a loc stylist or a loctician. You guys know that I have gotten my locks styled in the past for like events. I have a really, really amazing lifelong loc stylist, loctician in Atlanta, Georgia. And she's just amazing. I will always get my hair done by her if I have an event or something to go to. However, because she's in Atlanta and I'm all the way in Maryland, I have started my journey and maintained my journey without her. And that's what everyone kind of has to realize. Like, you can have someone and you can like them, but you don't need them. And you can't have this idea that you need someone else telling you how your hair works. You know what I mean? Because first of all, locticians and loc stylists, they see so many like different hair types and things like that, that they kind of like think they've seen it all. And sometimes they give this one size fits all advice, and everybody's hair is unique and different, and only you know every experience that your hair has been through. I know what my hair went through when I was 5 years old. I know why my edges look the way they look, just because I just know my experiences. No one else is gonna know that but you. You know what I mean? So take that into consideration as you are going and looking for these stylists, guys, because honestly, they can do more damage than good sometimes. Like, they really can, especially to your mental state. If a loctician says something negative to you, like you shouldn't be doing this to your hair, or your hair looks bad, or your parts look a mess, honestly, like it really can mess some people up to think that, you know, locks are not for them. Or if you wash your hair is not gonna lock, and you know, just different things. Like, you really have to take control over your journey and just have somebody there just for, you know, a desire but not a need. Definitely, guys, gain your independence. Understand that it's nothing that someone else can do with your hair that you can't learn to do yourself, for sure. Like, for sure. But comment down below. I would love to hear your thoughts. What are your experiences with a loctician or a loc stylist? Do you have a really great one? Do you have some bad experiences? Love to hear from you guys. Thank you guys so much. The next time I will be seeing you, I won't have a baby in me, but my son will be here. I'm speaking at a healthy baby boy. So I'll see you guys soon. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in my next video.